You made a decision today before you fully understood why. Maybe it was a person. Maybe it was a room. Maybe it was a choice between two options that looked identical on paper. And yet something in you already knew. You called it a gut feeling. You trusted it. And here's what nobody tells you. That feeling is not coming from wisdom. It is coming from a system inside you that is over 2 million years old, running calculations your conscious mind will never have access to, making judgments based on a world that no longer exists. Your gut is not lying to you, but it is not telling you the truth either. It is doing something far stranger than either of those things. In 1994, neuroscientist Antonio Damasio published a finding that changed how scientists understood human decision-making. He had been studying patients with damage to a specific region of the prefrontal cortex. People who were, by every measure, completely rational. High IQ, clear memory, perfect logical reasoning. And yet these patients could not make even the simplest decisions. They would sit for hours deciding where to eat lunch. They would weigh options endlessly and arrive nowhere. What Damasio realized was that their damage had severed their access to something critical, not logic, but feeling. Without the ability to feel an emotional pull toward an option, their decision-making collapsed entirely. He called the underlying mechanism the somatic marker hypothesis. In plain English, your body votes before your brain finishes counting. That vote is what you call your gut. But here is where it gets complicated. That vote is not neutral. It is not objective. It is the accumulated result of every pattern your nervous system has ever detected. Every threat, every reward, every social outcome you have ever experienced compressed into a single physical signal, a tightening in your chest, a sudden calm, a low-grade unease you cannot name. Your ancestors needed this system desperately. Think about what their world actually looked like. No infrastructure, no law, no grocery stores or hospitals or GPS. Every single day was a continuous stream of decisions that carried genuine mortal stakes. The wrong path through the forest, the wrong tribe at the waterhole, the wrong food, the wrong person, the wrong timing. There was no room for long deliberation. By the time your conscious mind assembled all the evidence and ran the analysis, you were already dead. So your nervous system evolved a shortcut. Psychologist Gary Klein spent decades studying how experts make decisions in high-pressure situations: firefighters, military commanders, emergency room doctors. What he found was not careful deliberation. What he found was something he called recognition prime decision-making. Experts did not compare options. They did not build a mental spreadsheet. They felt a situation, recognized a pattern from deep experience, and acted. The feeling came first. The justification came later. This is the system your ancestors were running constantly, not as an expert in their field, as an expert in survival, and it worked. It worked so well that it is still running inside you right now at full power in a world it was never designed for. Here is what that means in practice. Your gut is pattern recognition. And pattern recognition works by finding similarities between the present and the past. When you walk into a room and immediately feel uneasy, your nervous system has already scanned dozens of microsignals. The way someone is standing, a tone of voice, a smell, a spatial arrangement, and matched them against stored patterns from your entire history. It is not reading the room. It is reading your memory of every room that ever felt like this one, which means your gut is only as accurate as your past. If your past is full of experiences where a certain kind of person caused harm, your gut will flag every person who resembles that pattern. Guilty until proven innocent, forever. If your past rewarded you for a risky decision once, your gut will push you toward risk again and again, long after the conditions have changed. If you grew up in an environment of scarcity, your gut will continue to make scarcity-based decisions even when you are surrounded by abundance. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman spent his career mapping this gap. He called the fast, automatic system System 1, rapid, effortless, pattern-driven, and deeply overconfident. He called the slow, deliberate reasoning process System 2, accurate but expensive, slow, and easily overridden. His decades of research, much of it conducted alongside Amos Tversky, revealed something uncomfortable. System 1 does not know when it is wrong. It does not come with an error signal. It simply delivers a verdict with complete confidence, whether it is right or catastrophically mistaken. Your gut feeling and your gut feeling about the wrong thing feel exactly the same. This is not a flaw in the system.